The Great Heist, the mysterious escape of Victor. The Fox Moreno. Victor Moreno, better known by his moniker the Fox, was a name whispered with a mix of fear and admiration in the criminal underworld of Chicago. Born into poverty, Victor's rise to infamy was as dramatic as it was swift. By the age of 30, he had become the leader of one of the most notorious criminal syndicates in the city, known for his audacious heists and his almost mythical ability to evade capture. The Fox's reputation for escaping seemingly inescapable situations was legendary. His most infamous feat, however, was a daring escape from a high-security federal prison, a story that captivated the public and baffled law enforcement for years. This is the story of that audacious escape, a tale of cunning, deception, and an unparalleled will to remain free. The setup. The Fox had been on the FBI's most wanted list for almost a decade. His crimes were varied but primarily centered around high-profile heists, including a notorious robbery of a diamond vault that had netted him millions. Despite multiple attempts by law enforcement to apprehend him, Victor always managed to stay one step ahead. His criminal empire was vast, with connections that spanned across borders and a network of loyal associates who kept him informed of every move made against him. In a dramatic twist of fate, Victor was finally captured during a botched arms deal. The authorities, following a tip-off, managed to arrest him after a high-speed chase and a fierce gunfight. The trial was a media sensation, with Victor's lawyer employing every legal maneuver possible to delay proceedings. Despite the attempts to prolong the inevitable, Victor was sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. The plan. The Fox's escape plan was nothing short of ingenious. From the moment he entered the federal prison, he began meticulously plotting his escape. His cell was located in a high-security wing, but Victor was not deterred. Over the years, he had crafted an elaborate scheme that involved both manipulation and meticulous preparation. Victor started by befriending the prison guards, using charm and psychological manipulation to gain their trust. He studied the prison's layout extensively, identifying every security weakness. Meanwhile, he used coded messages to communicate with his criminal network outside the prison walls, orchestrating the components of his escape from within. The key to Victor's plan was a sophisticated tunneling operation. Using smuggled tools and contraband, he began digging a tunnel from his cell to a disused service corridor beneath the prison. This tunnel, cleverly concealed, was reinforced with materials smuggled in over several months. Additionally, Victor created a diversionary plot involving a fake fight in the prison yard, which was designed to draw attention away from his ongoing tunnel work. The execution. On the night of his escape, Victor meticulously followed his plan. The diversion was set in motion. A staged riot broke out in the prison yard, drawing the attention of guards and creating chaos. Amidst the confusion, Victor slipped into his tunnel, crawling through the narrow passage with only a small flashlight and a sense of purpose to guide him. As he neared the end of the tunnel, Victor encountered several obstacles. One section of the tunnel had partially collapsed, and he had to work quickly to clear the debris. Time was critical. The noise of the riot outside was gradually subsiding, and the risk of discovery was increasing. After hours of labor, Victor finally emerged from the tunnel into the service corridor. The next phase of his escape involved a series of calculated moves. Victor had arranged for a vehicle to be waiting just outside the prison's outer perimeter. His criminal associates, who had infiltrated various levels of security and even bribed key personnel, were ready to assist. As Victor made his way through the darkened corridors, he encountered a few more guards, some of whom were bribed allies who discreetly allowed him to pass. Emerging into the night, Victor climbed into a waiting van that sped off into the darkness. His heart raced as he left behind the towering walls of the prison, but there was no time to celebrate. His escape was far from over. The aftermath. Victor's disappearance sparked a massive manhunt. Authorities scoured the city and beyond, following every lead, but the Fox was elusive. His escape was meticulously planned and executed, and his associates had ensured that he was well protected and well funded. Despite the intense search, Victor remained hidden for years. He utilized a series of safe houses and disguises, constantly moving to stay ahead of the authorities. His network provided him with new identities and resources, ensuring that he could maintain his freedom. Victor's case became one of the most talked about in criminal lore. The media speculated endlessly about how he managed to pull off such a brazen escape. Books, documentaries, and films were made about his life and his infamous escape, adding to his legend. The enigma endures. To this day, the exact details of Victor Moreno's escape remain shrouded in mystery. Despite numerous theories and ongoing investigations, no one has been able to definitively uncover all the elements of his elaborate plan. Some believe he is living under a new identity in a far-off country, while others speculate that he may have returned to the shadows of organized crime. The Fox's escape remains a testament to the power of meticulous planning and the human spirit's ability to defy the odds. It's a story that continues to captivate and intrigue, leaving behind a legacy of mystery and admiration for the criminal mastermind who managed to outwit the authorities at every turn. The tale of Victor the Fox Moreno is a powerful reminder of how a cunning mind and relentless determination can overcome even the most formidable obstacles, leaving an indelible mark on history.